Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Yo, You Like That? Talk show where I, your host, the lovable ham Zarataro, brings on amazing guests from among the VTuber community. We search far and wide for only the best of the most amazing to tell you about things that they love, things that they enjoy, to share them with you, the viewers, so that y'all can also enjoy things. Feel free to praise me for bringing extra joy into your life. Please, please, no autographs, just throw money. We've got an amazing guest with us here today. Let me go ahead and bring her on. We've got Validity. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. It's so good to see everybody.
Thank you so much for coming on. How are you
Of
doing
course.
today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing so well. Like I was telling you earlier, I've been looking forward to this like literally all week. I love doing this type of stuff.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to have you here. For the uninitiated, please introduce yourself.
My name is Validity XP. You guys can call me Val for short. That's what my friends call me. I'm a busty wolf-made princess. I am an 18 plus streamer. I'm a variety VTuber. Things do get pretty wild on my channel, so yeah, if that's your kind of thing, stop by sometime. We would love to
Y-
have you.
yeah. So basically, make sure you've got the fire department on speed dial, or you are a fireman.
Absolutely.
Seriously, though, more firemen. Come on, let's go.
I mean, listen, I am not gonna complain seeing a fireman. You know, I've heard they've had big hoses, so
yeah.
I'm never gonna complain about that.
I'm working on my license right now. All I have is my construction gear ready. So I
Uh,
can
are, are you,
I can build them up or I can take them down, but I can't put them out
tugging at my
just
shirt
yet.
collar here, sir.
All right, you chose an awesome topic today, one that I was actually like not thinking anyone would pick, but it makes me very excited because we're gonna be talking about theme parks.
Yes,
Yo, theme
yes.
parks are
hmm
amazing and have been around for a while. What is a theme park?
A theme park. They're fucking magical places.
Magic
Literally,
places.
magic. It's probably the only place I genuinely think magic really exists nowadays. What they do with technology and things nowadays in theme parks is incredible, and they really make you feel like you're in a different time or a different place, or the entire outside world doesn't matter anymore the second that you walk in.
Oh man, that sounds like something very needed in everyone's lives right now.
That's
Hey,
why I love. That's why I
I would
love them.
like to leave reality real fast. Let me go through these arches.
Yeah. Some people like to pop on Twitter. I'm like, nah. Give me a theme park.
Yes, magical places full of rides, carnivals, themes, games, um, mystery, romance, horror, and also a lot of product placement. I love it. I love product placement. I don't know if anyone knows, but I love things.
Yeah, I
things
mean,
things are nice.
theme parks and collabs go hand in hand.
They really
Honestly.
do.
hmm
Oh man, what was your first like experience? Like, what was the first theme park you ever visited?
So little facts about me, IRL. I'm originally from South Florida, so
Oh,
going to Disney World, literally Disney World is like 2.5 hours away, from where I grew up. So going to like Magic Kingdom was a literal day trip. Uh,
yes.
I went there for sixth grade field trips. I went there in high school. Going to theme parks in South Florida growing up is just like a normal part of life. We have SeaWorld, we have Universal, we have Disney World. We have so many. No, Legoland is farther up in Florida, but there's so many theme parks just in Florida on its own that they were just something that was always accessible and something we did so often.
Oh dang! So you had the whole like menagerie there. That's
hmm
super
hmm
cool. I don't think I've really been to too many theme parks. There is like a yearly like annual fair that comes on by. Oh wait, no, I did go to the one in Tampa once. What was that called? Busch Gardens?
Oh yeah. Busch Gardens is good.
Bush.
Busch
No,
Busch Gardens is good. I've been to Busch Gardens. I think I went there for a field trip, but I had gone with my grandparents many times. Busch Gardens is always a little bit harder to get to for us because from where I'm from, Busch Gardens is like maybe 6 hours, 6.5 hours away. So that is not as easier to access as like let's say Disney World or Sea World or Universal.
yeah. I imagine Disney kind of makes like the path to it as easy as possible. I have some friends up in Canada. Their airport has like a plane that just goes directly to Disney, like or
I
like
mean, well,
to like an airport or like an air spot somewhere close to Disney.
are you
Like,
kidding? Disney makes it so easy. If you stay on property, they literally pick you up in their own buses from the airport.
yo,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
wild.
And they take
I
your
can't.
luggage. They
I
take
can't
your
even
luggage
get
for
good
you.
public transit in my own
That's
town.
Disney World public transportation. It, like literally, like I'm not even joking. Government facilities and like local governments need to take a note from Disney because their public transportation and efficiency is like some of the best in the world. I've never seen any like Disney move like thousands of people through a park every day as efficiently as they do.
Quite literally, the train runs on time. Like,
Oh yes. Yeah, absolutely. It's great. I love to see that level of efficiency.
oh man, I need to go. I've never been to Disney, but it's always been a dream of this little hams one day.
Well, I'll take you. I'll take
Yay!
you. I'll be your tour guide. I've been so many times. It's like when I go with friends and family, I am the person they come to plan their trip.
Nice.
Hmm.
I will definitely ask for all of the tips and where all the best food is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do. I know where the best food is.
It's just,
There's
oh
so
man,
so much good theme park food. Oh my god, theme park food is just like it's chef's kiss. Chef's
It-
kiss.
it's a flavor that you can't get anywhere else. Like I don't know how else to explain it. It's like they use some kind of extra spice. Maybe it's like the experience. Maybe it's like the mystique. But
I think it's
yo,
the money. It's you
maybe
paying
it's
like
the money.
it's $15 for a corn dog is
It's
quite
gonna be the
quite
best
lot.
corn dog I ever had, or I'm
Yeah,
burning the stand
I
down.
think a lot of it's just copium. Like, man, I paid so much for this fucking corn dog. I'm gonna experience it and love it.
Take a bite. It's like you win this time, corn dog stand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I imagine there's actually like a big like high class chef like making all those like little like recipes and just like, all right, 5-star Michelin. Here is my corn dog.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. So, like, Epcot has every year they have the Flower and Garden Festival, and then they have the Food and Wine Festival, and they have like these booths that are all around the park, and they do get like some pretty high-end type dishes that they provide to people that you can get at, and usually they're in like snack size portions, like tapas or like appetizer
Yeah.
size. So they come like much cheaper. They range from like $4 to $9 as opposed to like super expensive. And you can you can have some really like high quality food at theme parks nowadays. Like it's not all just corn dogs and funnel cakes and things like that.
Oh man, can I get like a wristband for that event and just sort of like get
Actually,
try
you can.
everything? You
You
can,
can.
yes.
Yes, you can. So there is a wristband that you can get. So there's two different kinds of wristbands. Okay, so there's especially at Epcot, there's the wristbands that you can get for Food and Wine, where I think you pay $45 or $50, and I think you get access to like 8 or 9 dishes, which is way like a bang for your buck, really, because they can value from like $4 to $9. So if you stay in that higher end price range, then it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
But then at Epcot they have alcohol there.
Oh snap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So drinking around the world is a thing. You get to do it, but I've always wanted to. And you can pay for I don't know how much it is now, but when I went it was like $25, and you could pay for basically samples of wine from different countries, and you would get like a 4-ounce 5-ounce pour of wine or alcohol from each of the countries, because the whole point of Epcot is like there's a bunch of like countries that sponsor pavilions,
Yeah.
and you can get alcohol from these countries, and you end up getting like 6 samples for like $25, which is a pretty good deal. And these alcohols are from the countries that they are associated with, so you're not getting cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although, sorry, I was just thinking they have like the stoop wine. It's just there with all the fancy country stuff, and like this is America. have a sip.
You'd be surprised. The American Pavilion actually does have a lot of good like beer, like a lot of local brewery, like Florida breweries and things like that.
Florida is
Um,
known for its breweries. We actually do get a lot of the local
mhm.
cuisine here in regards to beer.
So they do have a pretty decent beer selection in America, and not just like shitty ones either. Like pretty decent like beer selection from the last time I remember. But of course they have Budweiser and things like that. But I like
Where's the
Budweiser.
Pabst Blue Ribbon?
No, there's no Pabst. No, that's trash. Get that trash out of here. But I do like Budweiser though. So, but yeah, oh my god, Epcot's such a good park. Do you want to talk about a theme park? That is an incredible theme park. If you don't have the money to afford traveling, you sure feel like you traveled to these different countries because they actually get employees to work the pavilions that are from those specific countries. Like for example, if you go to the Japan pavilion, you have people that are from Japan that work in the pavilion and speak the language, right? People from Norway that actually work in the Norwegian pavilion, people from Germany that are, and you can hear it in their accents, like these people are from the countries that they're supposed to be from. So it really does make you feel like you're in these places, even though you're in a theme park.
For real? Wow. I do know that like Japan and like some other countries definitely love their Disney.
Well, actually, it's so interesting, and especially in the Pavan Pavilion. Last time I was there, and I was there probably 4 years ago. I haven't been since I moved out here to the Midwest. They started getting more shonen in their stuff, so that like they have a store, like a merch store that you can buy like stuff from, and there was a lot of shonen like anime figures.
Oh wow!
In the store at Disney, and I was like, "What? Wait a second." I know that everyone knows that Ghibli and Disney kind of partnered together, so obviously that stuff was there. But there was like Naruto shit there. There was like a bunch of other like shonen, like Dragon Ball Z shit was there. Of course, Pokemon.
Of course, Pokemon.
But I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait, so Disney's like actually like jumping on board with the shonen, and which is interesting because I don't know if you know, but the new season of Bleach.
Yep, Disney Plus, Hulu.
Is on Disney Plus
yep.
in Japan. So I'm like, wait a second. If I go to the Japanese pavilion now, will I see Bleach merchandise?
I bet you will. All the Zanpakutos.
I was like, I was so blown away because I hadn't been to Disney in such a long time, and I had only recently started watching anime at that point. So I was just like, wow. I was blown away that Disney actually embraces like anime culture.
Yeah, I hear they're gearing a lot more towards that. One of my friends was telling me that they started like carrying Kingdom Hearts stuff. In the past few years, and it's like, yo, let's go.
Mhm. There's a lot of pins. They carry a lot of pins, which that is a whole culture in its own thing.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, no, I've played The World Ends with You. I know all about pins.
Oh my god, I was part of the pin culture for a long time. Every time I'd go, I'd spend so much money on pins and pin sets and like limited edition ones.
Yeah.
Which that's part of Disney culture and theme park culture in a way too, especially around Disney. Because you would carry around these pins on a lanyard and you can trade them with other people or even cast members too.
Yeah, I heard you can, like, your waitress will have a pin. And it's like, hey, you want to trade? And it's like, boom, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just something that was part of the theme park experience. That like you can't do that in real life. Like you can't just go out and trade pins. Maybe at a con, but like, the culture at like theme parks is so wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm just imagining you just going to a random old lady in the street. Hey, Grandma, I want to trade pins. She's like, hey, you ain't got nothing to keep up with my bling. And she just like pulls open her vest, like some of the rarest like 1980 Disney pins there.
I'm sure that lady's got more brooches than she does pins. But I feel like honestly, that old lady is probably gonna be me because I literally have like I don't even pin holders, I guess they are, but they're basically like these felt books, which have felt on one side and on both sides, and they're like pages. And I have like 3 or 4 of them of pins, and I have boxes of limited editions, like Disney pins and stuff. So I feel like I'm going to be that old lady.
I mean, whenever the Fallout apocalypse happens, you've got yourself like a mint in currency right there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be trading. Our currency is gonna be Disney pins at that point.
Disney pins, bottle caps, and batteries.
Yeah, absolutely.
on a gold mine.
I mean, I honestly I don't know. I've considered taking some of them that I don't like particularly have an attachment to and seeing if they're worth anything.
Yeah, I mean, throw them up throw them up on the eBays,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's like a pin-based eBay auction house.
Oh, I'm sure there's a Disney auction pin auction somewhere. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
there has to be.
The market's actually like a lot scummier than you think. It's like art trading, just full of like tax fraud and like money laundering.
Oh,
It's
you know what?
all over Disney pins.
You know what? As long as the pins are gonna be worth more than Beanie Babies, that's all I care. That's all I care about. That's all I care about.
No, my Iggy TY. He was
Oh my God,
supposed
I
to
had
be
an
$1 million.
I had an Icky. I loved that thing.
It was a good
I wore
one.
it down. I loved
Yeah,
the
oh yeah.
Iggy.
No, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. I wore that bitch down.
Oh man. If I remember, so Disney's kind of broken up into like the multiple parts, right? There's like Animal Kingdom,
Mhm.
Magic Kingdom, Epcot,
Epcot. Mhm.
and is Universal the fourth one, or is Universal like next to Disney?
Oh, Universal's its own thing.
Okay.
The fourth park is called Hollywood Studios. It used to be called MGM. So
Oh.
I refer to it as MGM just because that's what it was called when I was going. So if I like if I end up talking about Hollywood Studios and I say MGM, I'm talking about the same thing. Essentially.
Gotcha. MGM. So Marvel gonna Marvel. Got it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, the movie studio, but it got I think they dropped their partnership with them, and then they had to change the name, and then that's when they changed it to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Makes sense. So that's the one that has like all like the superhero rides and movie based stuff.
So the superhero stuff actually isn't in Florida. All of it is in Disneyland.
Oh, California.
Yep,
Oh.
none of it is in the parks at Disney World, and there's a reason because Universal has all of the Marvel superheroes.
Oh, okay, that's right. And Universal's not
Mhm.
connected to it at all. Oh,
Yes.
my brain, my brain.
Yeah. So it gets confusing. So there is a contract out there that Universal and Disney signed, saying that east of the Mississippi River, and that's not a joke. East of the Mississippi River, Universal gets access to heroes like Thor and Spider-Man, because that's what they have in their park. Like there's a Spider-Man ride at Universal, which is fantastic, by the way. And then everything west of the Mississippi, like Guardians of the Galaxy, used to be exclusive to just the West Coast, but now they kind of gave up with Universal, so now they were able to have it at Disneyland as well.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that is crazy. That is
Yeah.
crazy. But I could totally see like like a war room where they're like negotiating like peace treaties and stuff,
Well, I mean,
looking
they
over
have to.
territory.
They have to. Well, they have to because, especially since owning Marvel Studios and Sony owning Marvel and so many different like properties, like taking pieces like and having allowances with Marvel. It's a very fine line, but I'm so glad that Universal got to keep their Marvel land. I wish they reworked it a little bit. It's a little stale.
Could use
but-
some updates.
There's parts of like Islands of Adventure that need to go goodbye, like that are definitely outdated.
The
Uh,
islands are worn down. Erosion,
The
global warming.
islands- yes, the islands need a little bit of a re-up because they are old and decrepit and dying.
Oh no.
Like there's a land called the Lost Continent, which had a ride called Dueling Dragons, which is no longer there.
Oh, I
there
remember hearing
was-
about Dueling Dragons back
Yeah,
in the day.
Dueling-
It was in a
Dueling
lot of
Dragons.
magazines.
Mm-hmm. It is now gone. Hagrid's roller coaster ride took place of that. They tore it all the way down though. There
Oh.
was another attraction called oh shit, what was it called? It was like a special effects show, and
Gotcha.
it dealt with Atlantis, and that was there. It's gone. The only thing that's there in that whole land is a restaurant. So at that point, it's like I don't know why Universal hasn't just torn it down and like
Hmm.
reworked it.
Yeah, there's not many like water-based things that they can do anymore. I guess Avatar. They can make
Yeah.
like an Avatar show.
Well, joke's on you. That exists at Disney World.
Oh well, god damn it! There you go. See, I'm already mixing it up. This is why I'm not
Yeah.
allowed in the war room.
The at Animal Kingdom has all the Avatar stuff, and I've seen it in person and it's beautiful.
Oh, I
It's
bet.
beautiful. They have the floating rocks. They have 2 rides. I only got to go on the one, the a Navi River ride, with one of the coolest animatronics I've ever seen in my fucking life. They have a life-size Navi person animatronic, and it's incredible, absolutely incredible technology. But at night it's stunning, stunningly beautiful. It's incredible what they've done in that park. It's just so cool. I love it. But Universal, we gotta have a talk. You and me gotta have a talk because there's so many parts of Islands of Adventure that just need a re-up.
Here's what we do: we demolish it, and then we bring the Mario thing over to the east.
Well, that's the thing. Do you know what Universal literally said? They said, "Hey guys, you know how Islands of Adventure is so old and boring? They're like, hey, what if we just built a new park instead of like changing what we have?" And that's what they're doing. And
Oh.
that's where Mario Land is going.
Oh, it is! Yay! I'm a
That's-
genius. I'm back in the war room. Let's
You're
go.
back in the war room. So that's where Nintendo World is going. It's going in a new Universal park called Epic Universe. That's the name of the park.
Let's go, man.
Mhm.
Okay, I was worried. Like, I always wanted to do the Nintendo thing, but I knew it's like, I'm gonna have to go to California.
No, it's coming to Florida. I'm so
Yay.
excited. Mm-hmm.
Now it's not that far of a walk. Let's go.
I have no idea when Epic Universe is supposed to open though, or what else is supposed to be there, because all the Harry Potter stuff's already at Universal. So I have no idea. I have no idea what they have plans to put in there besides Nintendo World, but it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting.
They're gonna have to change with the times, but it is actually like the best thing is like in the times like we're living, like they have like room to grow into like the best kind of like franchises and things. Like imagine like back in like the 90s, it was like we have the James Cameron or not James Cameron, whatever, the Waterworld show, where, you know, the movie where the people drink their piss.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I had never seen because that's in on the West Coast. I had to watch the Waterworld show, but low key, I kind of like it. I was not expecting to see a whole like seaplane jump into the water. Like that was crazy. If you guys have never seen that, like look up like Waterworld show Universal Hollywood.
Yep.
It's
Don't watch the
pretty
movie. Watch
fucking
the show.
wild. Yeah, don't watch the movie. Watch the special effects show. It's pretty wild. That was the coolest part for sure. I is it still there? I have no idea.
I have no idea. I haven't heard about it like referenced in a long time, so I want to say probably not, but you never know. Maybe it's like hidden in like one of their like garages where they can pull
Oh,
it out
no,
whenever they want.
It's still going on.
It's still going even
It's still-
now.
You can still catch it. 2023.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Waterworld
Holy
won't
shit.
die.
Yeah, Waterworld still lives. Holy shit.
They just know that whenever the oceans do rise, and this will be the one thing people can still enjoy after everything's underwater.
Well, I mean, yeah, right?
Oh man. The theme parks also have a whole bunch of video games. Have you ever like played any of those?
I have played like there was one called not Theme Park Maker. I think Theme Park Tycoon.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird one. It's like 3D and like all the NPCs look like they have balloon heads. It's weird.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
But I really enjoyed that one. That was probably like top tier, like one of my favorite theme park games because it's kind of like Zoo Tycoon, but it's like or like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it was all 3D and you can actually walk around your park and actually ride the rides that you built, like actually like POV of you on the ride, which is pretty cool.
I was gonna say like Roller Coaster Tycoon. At least the first two that I played, you couldn't actually like ride the roller coaster you made.
Yeah, and that's why I like that one so much is because like you could actually sit on the ride POV, and I was like, that's pretty cool. I've wanted to see like Roller Coaster Maker. I see people's like what people make on YouTube. I watch those a lot of people using that program to make new rides and things. I think that's really interesting. And those are the people that you like theme parks need to be hiring, because they like make genuinely amazingly themed rides in this fucking program. And I'm like, what are these people doing? Hire these people, please.
It's like the physics is simulated accurately.
Well, yeah, but they even go into so much detail on some of these programs where it's like they even like build the cues and voiceovers and what like
Oh, that's
like a whole
cool.
theme. Like there was somebody that made a Little Mermaid roller coaster. I know there's a ride at Disney, but like they actually made like what a roller coaster would be like. So like they went through like a whole like it was kind of a dark ride at one point, and then it becomes a roller coaster. Someone made like an alien themed one, like the movies,
Yeah, xenomorphs.
and
Let's go.
like a xenomorph coaster, like dark ride. That was really cool. So I like to watch a lot of those. Other than that, I've been on a Disney Dreamlight blah, 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 Disney Dreamlight Valley kick, which is kind of like the theme parks, kind of not.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the feel of it. You know, it's like, hey, here are the worlds. Run around and have fun and celebrate in them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I played on the Wii. They had the Toy Story, the Shoot Bang Toy Story ride as like a Wii game, and you got to use the Wiimote, like the little pew pew gun. That was a lot of fun.
That must have been what, like Toy Story Mania?
Yeah, Mania. That was it.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun ride.
That was
I love
a lot
that
of
ride.
fun.
I always feel like I'm doing a workout at the end, because you basically you pull this string on this thing that's in front of you, and by the end you feel like you've jerked it so hard that like all your muscles are just bulging after you get off the ride.
It's like, all right, I'm spent. I can't go another round. Then
yeah, every single time. I'm like, no, just once is enough.
There was was it Universal? There was like a theme park game. I think it was on the PS2 or GameCube where you walked around and there was like a Jaws ride and like an ET ride and like a whole bunch of like those like movies. It's not a very good game though, but
me trying to look that up later. Universal ride game. I'm going to save that for later and totally play that on my totally real GameCube for stream. That would be, that'd be wild.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's called Universal Studios Theme Park Adventures. Okay, I think that's what it's called.
Hold on, I'm looking that up. Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
It's got Jurassic Park, it's got E.T., it's got Back to the Future.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. This does looking at the cover of it, does look very familiar to me. Huh. Again, I'm totally gonna play that on my totally real GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta ride your dolphin over to the plug and.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta scourge the 7 Seas for the ROM.
I totally approve. GameCube games are way too expensive. Like you would need Jack Sparrow to pull a heist to get like some of these nowadays.
Oh, that's a good ride too. I do like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's very well done. I've always wanted to go to the one in Shanghai. If you guys don't know, the one in Shanghai is so different than any of the other Pirates of the Caribbean rides out in any of the parks.
Really?
I would definitely recommend looking up like a ride through of Shanghai. It is so incredible, so different, and like they totally go with the like Pirates movie theme as opposed to like the classic ride.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool. It's so different. It's incredible. I would love to go to that park and experience that.
I'll have to look that up because that sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew the original one wasn't really was not based off the movies. It was
it's
vice
based off
versa.
its own thing, and then and for some reason they were like, hey, Shanghai, we want to do it really different. We want to do something big, and they're like, they changed it so much that they were just like, hey, we're just gonna use the movies as our theme, and it's so cool. It's
Dang.
so cool. It's so cool. Top tier ride.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. We need to GoFundMe so we can fund a trip to Shanghai,
Yeah, it's just
Disney.
a small trip, just a little
Just
trip to
small trip.
China.
Yeah,
That's
you
it.
know. Wait, we'll need three. We'll need one for Val, one for me, and one for Michael Bolton.
Well, I was gonna say you're small enough; it could probably fit you on carry-on.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I hide in all sorts of crevices and spots.
Yeah, that'll work. You just crawl into the cargo. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it'll be great. We'll still have to bring Michael Bolton though. I want him to see him happy.
Michael Bolton.
He loves
You know
Jack
what?
Sparrow.
No, I think Michael Bolton would love it. I think he would.
What is he gonna turn down a free trip to Shanghai? I don't know. Would he?
Michael Bolton could probably single-handedly take both of us to not only Shanghai, but probably Disneyland Sea and Tokyo.
There you go. They put the word out. Send the homing pigeons like the smoke
Yeah,
signals.
can we tag Michael Bolton, please? Can we get him to look at this and say, hey, we're just two people that would really like to go to Disney with you. Not creepy at all. I
Not
promise.
creepy at all. Oh man, stuff like that always reminds me of who was the actor from Morbius?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah. There's an interview where Jared Leto was being asked questions by Iron Mouse, and he just didn't know how to react at all to what a VTuber was. You can see his brain stopping and trying to process everything. He's
You're
like,
gonna have to send me that clip.
yeah, I will.
Little fact about IRL Val here. 30 Seconds to Mars, who he is the lead singer for, is my favorite band. So much so that I have their logo tattooed on my body. So
Yeah.
I need to see that.
It's a fun watch, but yeah, no, you can tell that he was just completely out of his element.
Well, I mean, the man's so old. He's almost 50. So actually, no, he is 50. He's like 52.
Pretty soon, all VTubers will be 52. Pretty soon, the new age of VTubing will be like, oh, look at all those grandpa VTubers, still three-dimensional.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have to worry about putting on makeup every day. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as I figured I could do this, I threw all my pants away.
Same.
Just don't need them anymore.
I mean, technically, I'm wearing a skirt, so I never wear pants.
Well, there you go. I need to invest in skirts and kilts. There we go.
Yeah, skirts and kilts. There you go.
I'll get less stairs at the supermarket. They're just jealous.
Oh, totally jealous.
Let's see, have you ever had a bad experience at a theme park?
Like a shitty experience. I'm trying to think. The thing is it's so hard to think of a bad time when they bring so much joy, right? Even during Halloween Horror Nights, which Halloween Horror Nights is Universal's Halloween event, and it's terrifying. I'm fucking scary. Very, very scary. They do haunted house mazes, and where scare actors pop out and scare you, and they're dressed, in costumes, and it's legitimately terrifying. Even going through that, and I loved going to Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm like a chicken, and I still loved the experience. It's still so wonderful. I think what theme parks, like I said, do really well is no matter what you're going through in your life, they really have they do a really good job of being able to take you out of what your normal bullshit might be and putting you in a place where you don't have to worry about that. You're in this theme park world. You don't have to worry about what's going on outside the doors,
Yeah.
I can only think of one time, and that was just the most recent time I went to Disney for a bachelorette party. My friend Michael, and I can say his name because Michael's such a common name.
What? Michael?
Yeah, it's so original. So my friend Michael, all of us had tickets. All of us in the bachelorette party, we all, we were all good. All of us got through just fine, as you normally would, because it's Disney and things tend to run as smoothly as they can. Michael did not get in. His ticket did not work at all.
Oh no.
At all. And we had to wait probably like 20 to 30 minutes as a cast member took him from the line and he had to go to the customer service line. And the cast member waited with him, and they had to talk it out and like where he bought the ticket and how we bought the ticket and all of his confirmation numbers and all that stuff, all that information, his credit card, his ID. They needed everything. It was like a 30 minute process. Meanwhile, like all us and the rest of the bachelorettes part of the party, we were all done. We were all through. Like we like, and it was to the point where like it was taking such a long time that our friends were like, hey, just go, we'll meet up with you later. So he was still like figuring shit out like an hour and a half in
Oh my god.
to the day, and we were there like at rope drop. We were supposed to be there like all day, but it turns out there is a bright side to this. So we had gone on like 2 or 3 rides at this point, and our friend meets up back with us, and he says, hey, because of the inconvenience and because we were a bachelorette party, they had managed to get us 2 fast passes to any ride that we chose.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
No matter what park we went to, because we all had park hopper. So we chose to use those 2 on the rides that they wanted to go. The bride wanted to go on. So because of that, we got something good out of it. But my poor friend, like.
Oh man, I could imagine like the cast member brings him aside. They're at the window, and then they talk,
Oh, yeah.
and then
It
as soon
was
as like
so
y'all are out of
bad.
view, he pulls a switch, and your friend like falls down a tube into like an
I
interrogation booth.
failed to mention the reason why that happened. So the cast member accidentally deleted his ticket.
Oh no!
So that's why it took forever, because the ticket wasn't working, and the cast member they all have iPads and stuff, like the higher upper managers and stuff. Had the ticket, and something happened, and his ticket disappeared. It just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Just delete from existence.
Oh yeah. So like it was like literally like worst case scenario, and meanwhile we're all standing there just like watching him like from inside. I felt so bad, but it ended up working in our favor anyway. So that's the only like stinky time I can think of, besides like raining. But even then, if you're smart, you're better off going off and just like wearing a poncho and walking through the rain anyway, because that's when people don't go on rides. So you'll end up getting on rides sooner.
There you go. Interrogated. It's like, where'd you buy the ticket? Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury comes out from the shadow. I'd answer the question if I were you.
I mean, that's basically what happened, because like they had to like, because the mouse needs their money, right?
The mouse needs that money.
They're not gonna let you in for free, and they don't want it to be like a scam.
This ticket looks really legitimate, and it's scanned. Oh man,
right.
we need to figure this out.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're like, they don't want to let somebody just in just because it's like unfortunate and not to be like a scam or anything. So like that's why it took so long, because he had to go through his phone and like pull up all these emails and receipts and things like that, and it just was a headache. It was a headache. And I was like, of course. Like if you know my friend Michael, it's like, of course this happens to you. It's like, of course. Oh, that was the worst. But other than that, theme parks are great. I've never had like a really shitty experience at a theme park. Besides it being really hot, but it's like it's Florida. It's gonna be hot.
It won't stop.
It's gonna rain. It's gonna be hot. If you can kind of like just get over that part, like, you're gonna have a great time.
Once you can adjust for Florida.
Pretty much.
That's good. I always would be worried that if like there just be a day when just like a Karen comes in and just like ruins something, like, or a kid throws up on you. I did have a kid throw up on me once at a fair.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
I'm like, kid, why me? He's like,
I would cry. I would cry if that happened to me.
I mean, the kid was crying, so I wasn't gonna cry because I felt bad for him. I'm like, oh, that's cool, kid. So I just went to the bathroom. I just like doused my crotch in like water, and it just looked like I peed myself for the next 2 hours.
That is awful. I am so sorry that happened to you. I don't think. I think like worst case scenario would be like if you're in the back of a roller coaster and somebody just yaks from the front,
Oh
and
yeah,
then it
no.
goes like hits every person on the way back. Oh my god, that would be the worst. That's like worst case scenario in my opinion.
Oh, actually, I did have a worser time, but it turned out okay. But it was actually really scary. I was in a ride with my dad, and we get into the thing right, and the guy shuts the door, like he just is like popping it in so that it locked.
Mhm.
It bounced, but the lock didn't hit. It bounced open again, and I'm like, wait, what? And so the ride starts, and I'm sitting there like I had to take off my seatbelt. I had to grab the door, hold it shut.
I love that.
And then it's the one where it's like it's got two layers of spinning, like the big horizontal piece is doing the spinning, but then the little cars we're in are also spinning. So I got to do a barrel roll a few times while holding onto a door.
See, that is some sketchy ass shit. That's why I like Disney, because if something happens to you, like the mouse will pay you.
Yeah, no, they will settle. They will settle fast.
Yeah, they will make sure you are like properly compensated for whatever you went through.
You break some bones, they'll wheel your body into the Disney Vault and let you
Oh
pick
yeah, like
five movies to
if
re-release.
I fucking die on like Big Thunder Mountain, my family will be so taken care of. It's not even funny.
Would you CG our daughter into the next Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
It's what she would have wanted.
That's what she would have wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I never went on that ride again.
I don't
Because of
blame
course
you. That sounds awful.
that same ride was always there the next year and the next year at that fair. And
Well,
like,
that's why fairs particularly, I'm always a little bit weary of. Like, at least I know, like, at least at bigger theme parks, like they have so many safety checks. Especially at big parks like Universal and SeaWorld and Disney, like they don't want the liability of something going wrong, so they will make sure there's checks on checks on checks on checks and checks to make sure everyone is safe and having a good time.
right?
I'm good
Oh
with
man, that story recently about the like the roller coaster that broke and people were just kind of stuck there for a while. That's like what?
That does happen. I had friends get stuck on a ride at Epcot once. In a very unfortunate place too.
Ah!
Yeah. So there's a ride there called Test Track, which you are essentially test driving vehicles, right? So you basically go on what they do when they do testing in
Crash test dummies.
basically crash test dummies. And so there's a section of the ride where you go through a cold room to simulate extreme cold temperatures and a hot room to simulate extremely hot temperatures. And so, of course, my friends, they got stuck in the hot room.
Oh no!
For like 2 hours.
No, and I bet the like you just can't like get up and walk out of it because I bet it's really fucking hot.
They were stuck there for 2 hours and they didn't shut it off for safety reasons.
Oh man.
Yeah.
As soon as I'd be stuck in there. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going down to the underwear. Y'all are just gonna have to deal.
It was. They literally all came off the ride drenched and stinky, and I felt so bad for them. I felt so bad. It was so. I couldn't imagine. I don't think I've ever been stuck on a ride like that. But I did get stuck on Test Track. The last time I went, and they escorted us off the ride, and we actually got to go like behind the scenes, like the way that the cast members walk through the ride.
Ooh.
And that was really cool.
I bet.
But thank God it didn't break down in that room. That would have been
yeah. It's like here's a fast pass for everyone to the closest water ride.
Oh,
go
no, yeah,
go and hydrate yourself right now.
They did. They not only as soon as the ride was fixed gave us front access back onto the ride, but they gave us a fast pass afterwards to like I said, I'm sorry that it took too much of your time, kind of thing. Disney's really good about that.
I mean, you got it. You want them to have a good experience.
Exactly.
Because then they'll get more people coming and repeat customers, and the mouse will live. The mouse will feed. It will slumber more.
Listen, I'm a slut for the mouse. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with feeding the mouse. I'm perfectly fine. Listen, I totally understand that there's a lot of like it's very expensive. Like Disney nowadays is not like Disney was when I used to go as a kid, right? In the sense of like cost and what it costs a family to go. But boy, they at least if you pay for it, you know you're getting quality.
Yeah.
I will say that. You will have a quality experience when you go.
There you go. Yeah, everyone should, consider, at least once in your life, making a trip down to Universal or Disney to have a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It really depends. So in regards to Disney, the workers are forced to be happy, so you'll never see them frown. So that's the thing.
I knew someone that worked there for a summer and a half.
Yeah, they're not allowed to frown. They always have to
Yup.
smile. And Universal is a bunch. It's mostly UCF college kids, so they're very unhappy most of the time
That
when they're working there.
explains everything.
Yep. So it's like a different experience, you know. Universal, you still get a lot of high quality entertainment and immersion and rides and things like that, but the service is a little hit or miss sometimes. Definitely. Whereas at least Disney, it is their job to smile and to make your day and to make magic happen, as they say.
I don't know. I'm used to the white trash Southern the lowbrow what's the term, tourist trap of Florida. If a smelly teenager that looks like he kind of like dropped out of school at 10th grade isn't watching my go-kart track, I just don't know if I feel safe.
Well, I mean, for the most part, that's what you're gonna get at Universal.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. See, there's something for
know.
everyone.
I had friends that went to UCF that that would work at Universal. So.
Oh man. So do you have like a favorite ride? Like what's something that's like the favorite thing?
My favorite ride's Haunted Mansion. It's a pretty ubiquitously acclaimed ride. I will never forget the first time I ever went on Haunted Mansion. I was scared shitless. You don't know what to expect because from the very beginning that you step on into the queue, I suppose there's like a pre-show. They immerse you into the lore of the Haunted Mansion, and they immerse you into what the ride's gonna be like, and that it's supposed to be scary.
Oh.
So from the second you walk in, you're very fully immersed, and Disney does an incredible job of doing that. And the ride is so spooky, and it's like the second that the doors open to get in onto the ride after the pre-show, there's usually silence. People don't know what to do. Like they don't know what to, because it's like it's spooky, it's scary, and people don't know what to do because usually there's silence walking down the hallway, and that's always gotten me the most. And there's like usually like a cold gust of air that kind of like also kind of spooky, and it's so well done. There's so many effects that are just so classic on that ride that Disney invented and utilized to an extreme that just works so well. And it's so classic, it's so spooky, but it's still fun. And I love the Haunted Mansion so much. It's just top tier. Every time I am at Disney, no matter where I'm going on the Haunted Mansion, always.
Nice. I do love me a good spook, so I will definitely have to make that a top itinerary whenever I go.
It's their only scary thing, because they have a Halloween event called Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Nothing is as scary as the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, for sure.
Is Jack Skellington like just trouncing around on that day?
Yeah, usually during the Halloween parties, yeah, absolutely. They do. They have a kind of like spookier characters that don't usually come out for most of the year come out. Then Jack and Sally do stuff. I think Oogie Boogie's there sometimes. I think he's like there for like the Halloween show and the parades, I think. But a lot of other characters too sometimes. Like you might see Hades from Hercules walking around.
Oh
Just a
yeah,
lot of Disney villains and stuff. The Headless Horseman always leads the parade.
Yo,
Yeah. Like an actual guy on an actual horse, like Headless
Nice.
Horseman leading the parade. It's so cool. I love that. It's really neat. I'm sure there's video of that. You can find that. It's really neat.
Sounds cool. What's maybe something you'd like to see like them maybe like add or like do like in the future as far as like the theme parks?
I think it would be really cool to add anime worlds. They're already adding Nintendo World. So they're already crossing a line into video game stuff. I think anime and video game stuff I think is so popular now. Um, I think it would be cool to have just more video game related things or anime related things in theme parks. I think that would be cool. Like I said, just seeing like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto in like a Disney park was so weird to me. It was so foreign. I was like, is it now officially mainstream? I was like, is anime now
Kinda.
mainstream? So
Netflix did its job and made anime mainstream.
yeah,
This is
I was like, wow, Shonen really has like done a lot for making anime mainstream. So I think it would be really cool because I know in Japan there have been Attack on Titan at Universal in Japan. There have been Attack on Titan collab, Demon Slayer collab, Jujutsu Kaisen collab. I'm trying to think if there's been any others, but those are the ones that stand out to me the most that I can remember.
yeah, those are
And
probably
with
definitely the most recent ones too.
right within the parks, so I think it would be cool if Universal brought that over to the parks as well, because those shows in particular are more adult. So I think Universal would definitely be the proper place for that.
Oh
Um,
man, I would shit bricks if they brought like a gun, like a Gundam, like theme park kind of thing. Uh,
yeah, absolutely.
oh, in
I think
Japan
it'd
they
be,
have the Godzilla theme park where you actually go into Godzilla's mouth.
yeah, I've seen that. Japan's cool.
Japan's
Such
cool.
it's a weird and wonderful place. You want to talk about theme parks? Japan has incredible theme parks. Tokyo Disney Sea is probably the most beautiful theme park I've ever seen in ever, from like videos and things I've seen. It's probably the most beautiful park in the world.
Dang, I have to go
Of
watch some
course.
videos of that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's incredibly beautiful. Um, but I think incorporating more things that people, especially like our age, like video games and anime are so a part of our culture now that incorporating those things into American theme parks, I think that's the one thing that they're kind of missing. You know?
Yeah. They had a chance back in the Disney Infinity days. They should have incorporated more of the Disney Infinity into the actual
Mhm.
theme parks.
Well, they tried. So
Oh, did they?
downtown Disney, they had a thing called Disney Quest. It was a big separate building, and it was 3 floors of arcade games. But they were a lot of them were like VR games and like Disney exclusive things that you can't really do anything anywhere else. Like you could build your own roller coaster and then ride it, like simulate it.
Oh,
So you got put into a simulator where you could do barrel rolls and things like that. And a lot of VR before VR was VR.
gotcha.
You know, but that failed.
Uh,
It did not do well. Um, but I think if, because I know Universal has like, they have like a comic strip land, like of classic comic strips. They have Marvel Land, like, which is basically comic, not even Marvel Land, it's comic book land. So
Yeah.
it's all different kinds of comic books. Um, I think you could get away with a video game land.
totally.
Because
Totally.
even like not even recent games, right? It could just be retro games like Space Invaders or Pac-Man. I think that would be. I think like having like a theme around like retro games and games throughout the years would be fucking cool.
I 100% agree.
Mhm.
And I bet the companies would be willing to, like go into. It's like, hey, Microsoft, would you like Master Chief to show up at Disney?
Well, yeah,
They're
and,
like,
and that's the
what?
thing is, it's like there's so much potential for collaborating with like video game companies on like, oh, this is the latest and greatest, like, and we're gonna advertise it in the park, like this is the Master Chief churro,
Yes, let's go.
So things like that, I think they're missing like, there's so much potential for market there, and it's just like they're not getting it.
There's still a bit of boomer mentality, but they'll have to cave in. They'll have to cave in.
Eventually. I mean, like I said, it's already seeping into like the Japanese market and their theme parks, so it's only a matter of time. And again, Nintendo World's already coming over, so
Oh yeah.
it's only a matter of time before I feel like anime and video games started getting incorporated and more into the theme park culture.
Let's go.
Especially
Uh.
since Disney nerds kind of go hand in hand with all that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah. like you said, like Ghibli and Disney were like, best buds back in the
Mhm.
day. But it's so weird because like in the States, Ghibli is on like HBO Max, but like in Canada, it's on Disney Plus, and it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense to me.
Yeah, it's
It's-
whoever gets the rights first. But
ah, my
it
brain, my
it's
brain.
all about the bidding wars. But it is very interesting. And like I said, they're just missing a huge market. That I think within 10 years, I think you'll start seeing more and more of it within parks, for sure. Hmm.
Oh man, well that hour flew by, but oh, it was so much fun talking about all this kind of stuff, and I also got to learn like a hell of a lot about the Disney and the theme parks. I
Hmm.
now feel I am prepared to leave the war room and journey off into the unknown depths of churros and funnel cakes and haunted mansions.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, if you ever need a guide, I'm your girl. I will take you.
Bonsai. Oh man. Now please go ahead and let everyone know what they can expect. What do you got going on lately?
Nothing. I stream every day. 8 p.m. Eastern is when I stream. But other than that, obviously I just celebrated my birthday. I don't really have much going on other than that. Yeah, I'm just doing my little thing on my own little slice of the internet.
Well, there you go. Well, if you've liked what you've heard so far, or if you love what you see, make sure to click on their name in the title and give them a follow. And if you liked the talk show, you like that. We have two more going on this week. We'll have one on Thursday afternoon. We'll be having Celine Hell Kitty talking about Final Fantasy. And then Friday evening, we'll be having Eldridge Grandpa on to talk about Lupin the Third. So look forward to all of those fun topics. Val, thank you so much for coming on. It was a ton of fun, and I am very, very glad you got to come in. Thank you again so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love talking about theme parks and stuff. So this I literally have been looking forward to this all week. I had so much fun.
Yeah. All right, we're going to bounce. We're going to do a stealth raid to someone, so make sure you just send them all of your love and wish them a good stream. And everyone have a good rest of the night. Bye, Q.
Bye bye.